Hi everyone, this is Jane here from Crystal Sparkles Readings. I'm just here to put down our cards for next week, which I believe starts. Just going to check the date because I've lost track of where we're at. Yeah, the 12th of October, Monday the 12th of October. So, and have a little shuffle of the black and white Faulkner deck as usual and just see what we've got. Okay. So we have the Two of Pentacles. So Two of Pentacles is interesting because what the Two of Pentacles talks about is kind of having to, sort of juggle things around really. If you look at the traditional Rider-Waite deck, it's a person juggling. So it talks about that. It talks about being able to kind of keep the balls in the air at the same time, but first of all I'm going to do this and now I'm going to do that and I've got to do both and how do I fit them all in. So you could find that we've got a bit of that energy starting off the beginning of this week, that need to kind of shuffle things around and to really just be able to keep everything, keep a little bit of attention on everything you need to keep a bit of attention on. So you're going to be juggling things around quite a bit. Excuse me, I'm just going to have a little drink of my tea. So yeah, it's an energy of having so things going on that need your attention and having to move about between those things to keep them all moving forward as they need to be moving forward. Can also talk about a bit of a sense of lack in some cases. I mean, you can see in the Two of Pentacles here, he's quite clearly thinking, oh my God, there's not enough. So don't be in that energy for too long. You might have that feeling of not having enough time, not having enough energy, not having enough abundance, just not feeling like you've got enough of what you need. So don't be in that energy too much. Focus on what you do have and not what you don't. That will really, really help to get through that kind of feeling. Let me just have a little shuffle of the tarot of the vampires. We use this one again this week, and then next week I am going to swap to a different spooky deck because I do have a lot of spooky decks. So I've got a lot to get through, got a lot to use. Sorry, I've just chucked a load of them on the floor. So excuse me for a second, and I will just have another shuffle. Okay, so for the tarot of the vampires, we've got the Lord of Skulls. Now, I think the skulls are pentacles in this deck. I'm just going to double check though, just to make sure that I don't give you duff information. I'll just check in the book just to make sure. The thing is, when they change the suits in this way, I always have a problem remembering which is which. So let me just double check and see what we've got. Let's see what we've got. Skulls. Nine of Skulls. Yeah, so they would be the pentacles, I thought so. So your Lord of Skulls, in this particular deck, they're talking about, it has a fiery aspect of earth. So it's kind of got that energy of moving forward and making things happen. But it's not as fast as a wands card would be. This is a more slow moving. So this is more like a kind of pentacles-y energy. So it's quite a nice, keeping focus, keeping your eyes on the prize and all of that kind of thing. It's a card of success though. Even if that success is achieved more slowly, it is achieved in the end. You do get there. I love this card though, because this card, look at this, it's just so beautiful. I love the way the horse is kind of just staring right at us as if to say, do you know what, I'm coming, I am going to get over this hurdle. So it's like there's a hurdle here, there's something that's been blocking, and we're jumping over that. We're going to keep going in the direction that we want to go in, and we're going to jump over whatever hurdles we need to jump over to make it happen. It's a really, really beautiful card. And I mean, I love this vampire deck. I don't use it as much as I should, which is why I'm not kind of in tune with the different courts and the different suits, because like the swords and knives, they change them around. I mean, and they do make sense. But if you don't use them continually, I don't know about you, but my memory is shocking. If I don't use something continually, I kind of lose the thread a little bit with it. So, this time of year, I'm starting to use this deck a little bit more, but I've been keeping this deck just for doing these for now. But I'll be using it more for myself over the next couple of weeks, and then I'll be using a different deck for these things. So, yeah, so I would say to you, Two of Pentacles is all about balance and kind of that sense of lack a little bit. It might be a bit of a slow start to the week, might not be feeling very confident. It's a kind of a bit of a here, there and everywhere, a little bit of juggling, all of that sort of card. And then we've got this Lord of Skulls in the end. At the end of the week, that's helping us to move forward. We're jumping over any hurdles that we've got to jump over, and we're making good progress. So I'm just going to have a little shuffle of the Halloween Oracle and see what we've got. Okay. So this is our Halloween Oracle. Okay. So we have skeleton. The skeleton talks about strength. Excuse me. So, if you think about your body, the skeleton kind of like holds it all together, really, doesn't it? It's what all the muscles are attached to. It's what protects all the organs. So this is talking about protection. It's talking about strength and stability and what keeps you standing. And it's really interesting because I feel like the Knight of Pentacles is a little bit like that, really. That kind of resilience, that need to stay standing, to stay focused, to stay, stay focused on what you want and don't get distracted. So this skeleton, this strength, that's what's going to help us to do that next week. Really good, strong, positive energy of being able to move forward. So I do feel like we've got progress next week. It is not fast progress, it is slow, but we are getting there. So really, really nice cards. I'm just going to pop down a Brian to go with this, just to finish it off. Just for those of you who like to know what the cats are up to, because I know a lot of people like to know. They're both sleeping. They're upstairs and downstairs. One's at the back of his sofa. You can just see his ears. And one is all curled up on his blankets. And that sofa is such a mess. That's kind of how it's been this week. It's all been a bit messy and not been tidied up. So that's a job for next week, I think. Because Sunday is a day for doing this and having a bit of a chill out. Let's have a look and see what Brian's got to say about everything for next week. So Brian is coming up with this start planning now. So you know what? It's funny because this card keeps coming up. I think we've had it a couple of times here. I've had it a couple of times as my personal Brian card for the week. So it says, get things in order now. It's time for change. Be prepared. Being prepared is the best defense you have. So it just talks about having a strategy, really, having a plan and sticking to your plan. I do feel like, because we've got that Two of Pentacles in there, it does talk about needing to be a little bit flexible as well, being able to juggle. So I think having a really good clear plan is absolutely necessary. But that Two of Pentacles says, you know, you might have things that just get in the way of that a little bit, but you need to just fiddle things around a little bit to make it work. So overall, next week we've got strong energy. We are moving forward. We are going to be moving forward and making good progress. So that's the key, I think, with this. And also this whole Brian thing that keeps coming up for us is that energy of needing to be prepared. So I will leave that with you for the time being. If you have liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. That costs absolutely nothing and it really helps my channel to be seen. So if you could do that, that would be lovely. And do subscribe if you like this sort of thing, because there's lots more things coming up over the next few weeks, especially with the whole spooky decks. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.